Have you ever felt like you're just a supporting character in someone else's movie? Like every choice you make, from your career to your weekend plans, is designed to please someone else? If that sounds familiar, then you need to hear the story of Aarav. This is a story about a man who spent his whole life trying to win everyone's approval. Everyone, that is, except himself. Aarav grew up in a small, cozy town, the kind of place where everyone knows your name, and, unfortunately, everyone has an opinion on your life. In his town, the blueprint for success was crystal clear. Land a stable, high-paying job, buy a big house, and collect the respect of your neighbors. It was a one-size-fits-all definition of a good life, and there wasn't much room for anything else. His parents, with the best of intentions, dreamed of him becoming a successful engineer. His friends were all marching off to business school, aiming for careers as bankers and consultants. So, what did Aarav do? He fell in line. Without a second thought, without even asking himself what he wanted, he followed the path laid out for him. Years flew by in a blur of spreadsheets and meetings. On the surface, Aarav was a success story. He worked tirelessly, climbing the corporate ladder and earning a salary that many would envy. He had the apartment, the car, and all the other trinkets he was told he should want. From the outside, he had it all. But on the inside, something was deeply wrong. A hollow feeling gnawed at him, a persistent sense of emptiness that no paycheck could fill. It felt like he was living in a stranger's shadow, wearing someone else's clothes, dreaming someone else's dreams. He was an actor playing a role, but he'd forgotten who he was when the curtains came down. One evening, trudging home after another exhausting day, his mind numb from the monotony, he saw something that made him stop. Under the soft, flickering glow of a streetlight, a man was playing a guitar. He wasn't on a grand stage. He was on a simple street corner. His clothes were worn and simple, and his open guitar case held only a handful of scattered coins. But what struck Aarav wasn't the man's poverty, but his richness. His smile was radiant, a beacon of genuine light, and his eyes were filled with a profound sense of peace that Aarav hadn't seen in years, least of all in his own reflection. Drawn in by the beautiful, soulful melody, Aarav stood there, captivated. The music seemed to wash over him, cleaning away the grime of his long day. After a few moments, the musician finished his song, looked up, and caught Aarav's eye. With a warm, easy grin, he asked a simple question. "Do you play?" The question hung in the air, seemingly small, but for Aarav it was monumental. He hesitated, a wave of forgotten memories rushing back. "I used to," he finally managed to say, his voice a little hoarse. "Back when I was younger, but, life got busy." The musician just nodded, his gaze knowing and kind. He packed up his guitar slowly and said something that would echo in Aarav's mind for the rest of the night. "Then maybe life got busy taking you away from yourself." Those words. Maybe life got busy taking you away from yourself. They followed Aarav all the way home. They bounced around his spacious, empty apartment. He couldn't shake them. They were simple, yet they pierced through years of denial and compromise, hitting a nerve he thought had long since gone numb. For the first time in what felt like a lifetime, he didn't turn on the TV or scroll through his phone. Instead, he walked over to a closet, opened it, and pulled out something he hadn't touched in over a decade, his old guitar. It was covered in a thick layer of dust, a relic from a past life. The strings were out of tune and felt foreign under his fingers. But as he wiped it down and tentatively strummed a chord, something inside him flickered to life. A forgotten spark, a dormant passion. He started playing again, just for himself, secretly at first. Late at night, when the world was quiet, he would close his door and let the music fill his room. Each note he played was like a step back towards himself. It was a kind of therapy, a gentle healing. This feeling, this quiet joy, this sense of connection. It was something no promotion, no bonus, no word of praise from his boss had ever come close to giving him. The hollowness inside him began to fill, not with money or status, but with melody and soul. The more he played, the more he felt like Aarav again, not just the engineer, but the boy who once loved music more than anything. Months passed, and with each passing day his confidence grew along with his skill. The secret concerts for an audience of one were no longer enough. He wanted to share this feeling. One Friday night, with his heart pounding in his chest, he took a leap of faith. He performed at a small local cafe. It wasn't a stadium, and the crowd wasn't huge, but as he played, something magical happened. People stopped talking. They listened. When he finished, they clapped, they smiled, and a few even came up to him afterward, asking when he would play again. It wasn't about fame or becoming a star. It was about connection. It was about freedom. The freedom to be unapologetically himself. Of course, the news eventually reached his parents. At first, they were bewildered. Their successful engineer's son playing guitar in a coffee shop for pocket change? It didn't fit into the blueprint they had for his life. They were worried, confused. But then, they came to one of his performances. They saw him on that small stage, guitar in hand, a look of pure, unadulterated joy on his face. It was a look they hadn't seen since he was a little boy. And in that moment, they understood. He wasn't rebelling against them. He wasn't throwing his life away. He was finding it. He was chasing himself. And on that day, standing in the warm applause of that small cafe, Aarav realized something profound, a truth that had been waiting for him all along. You can spend your entire life trying to squeeze into a box that others have built for you. You can twist and contort yourself to fit their expectations, to live up to their definition of success. Or you can break out of that box and spend your life becoming the person you were always meant to be. He smiled, a real, genuine smile that reached his eyes, and he whispered to himself, "Dare to be different, because no one else can live your dream for you." The moral of Aarav's story is a powerful one. The world has enough copies. It has enough people following the same script, chasing the same tired dreams. What the world desperately needs is you, the unique, authentic, one-of-a-kind you. So, follow your heart. Listen to that quiet inner voice, even if it's whispering a song that no one else seems to understand. Because true success isn't measured by what others expect from you or the boxes you check on their list. True success is the peace that settles in your soul when you are finally truly living your own life. Thank you so much for watching. We believe stories have the power to change lives, and we upload new motivational tales like this every single day. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to our channel, English Tales, and turn on notifications so you never miss a dose of inspiration. We'll see you in the next story.